This one is a bit of a short story, fable called Alone in a Topsy-Turvy World. It was Earth circa 2050. The human race as such had ceased to exist as purely biological. For the most part, they had become bonded to something they used to call screens: entertainment screens, communication screens, note taking screens, all sort of screens. However, young Pip decided he wouldn't go the route of the screen bonded humans. Mind you, he would use screens, but he would not make them master. He would retain mastery and have the screens serve him, for he had noticed in his topsy-turvy time the humans bonded to their screens lived to serve the screens. This seemed odd and not a life worth living, so Pip went his own way. But the thing with going your own way in the world, any world, is that loneliness creeps in once the exhilaration of newly trodden ground fades. For it fades. It always does. So young Pip, alone on a lonely road, began to understand the choice of the bonded ones. It may not be that they sought bonding, but that bonding maintained in-group membership, the warmth of another, and he began to recant until he met her, and things changed. She got his eyes. She was all fire, a fire with the stuff that used to make men sing songs. For in this new world, songs had been replaced with bits. Men and women watched bits like it was fine art. As such, he had to steal the few he had heard from the great repository. He had heard one of the ancients speak of a fire that lit the universe and how it was in all of us. He had not been sure until he saw her, and now he was very sure. But what to do about Fire Girl? Approach? And then what? So he camped nearby and hoped she would return, and to his luck she did. And over again she returned, and this gave him time to work up his courage. Finally, he decided he would approach and recite something called a sonnet. Apparently, that was part of the ancient maiden ritual. So he sauntered to her with his best walk, his Gary Cooper walk, he called it. And as he approached, his mind began to cloud. This had never happened to him, but he was forgetting his words. And then she looked at him, and to his dismay and surprise, he lost his walk and he stumbled. She laughed. It was beautiful, and he regained his composure a bit and said, "Good day, young dame." She laughed again. This wasn't what happened in the reels he saw, so he tried again. "Hello there, young lass." And she absolutely lost it this time. He blushed and she saw, and then said, "Hello, are you new around here?" "Why, yes," he said. "Why do you ask?" "Well, young man," she mocked, "we don't speak that way around this parts. Who taught you to speak?" He lightened a bit, and a candle warmed him up a bit. "And it's a bit complicated," he said with his best smile. "Well, complicated young man, welcome to what we locals have deemed the beyond." And in that very moment, he thought his life would never be the same again. And so, with trepidation and care, he said, "If you don't mind me asking, what is your name?" "Belle," she replied. And in that moment, he was sure his life would never be the same again. That was Alone in a Topsy-Turvy World. I hope you enjoyed.